Hello, and thank you for joining us at Orange Cyber Defense Live 2021. My name is Steven de Boer, and I'm a security engineer and member of the Cloud SME Professional Forum at Checkpoint Software Technologies, one of the largest and most innovative security vendors worldwide. When we look back at 2020, this has been a real game changer for a lot of us. Who would have expected 15 months ago that we were so close to an event that would so drastically change our lives? For sure, we can say that 2020 was a very unpredictable year, and for a lot of organizations, this was a year of firsts, as they had to expedite the expansion of their cloud infrastructure to meet new and urgent requirements. We have seen several customers that urgently needed to expand their remote access infrastructure as their entire workforce suddenly worked from home. For most of them, the only way they could do that was using cloud, as this provides them no thinking about logistics or acquiring new hardware. And it also brought them for the first time the possibility to scale up when they needed more horsepower, or scale down to avoid the costs of running unrequired and unused infrastructure. So we had a proliferation of cloud applications, a high amount of workers now working from home, and this leaves us with a lot of new security gaps. And this is why cloud security is more important than ever. In the next 20 minutes, we will have a look at the biggest threats and how organizations are changing their approach to address them now and in the future. I will start with sharing some insights of our 2020 Cloud Security Report. Then we will see what children's bedtime stories can teach us about cloud security best practices. And of course, I will give you a brief overview on what Checkpoint can do for you with our CloudGuard platform to prevent cloud security breaches. Every year at Checkpoint, we do a cloud security survey, which results in great insights into the current state of cloud security. Last year, we surveyed 653 people, cybersecurity professionals, in the July 2020 timeframe. 67% of the organizations that were surveyed had 1,000 employees or more. 53% of those surveyed were in IT security and SecOps, and 17% of them were in IT operations and DevOps. 68% of those surveyed do have a multi-cloud adoption strategy. We have clearly seen that this is becoming the norm in cloud transitions. And despite the significant advantages that we get from cloud-based security solutions, barriers to adoption still exist. When we look at what is holding organizations back from deploying more in the cloud, the biggest challenges these organizations face is not technology, but people and processes. One of the biggest challenges is around staffing. 55% mention the lack of qualified staff is the biggest obstacle to faster cloud adoption, which is coming from the 5th spot in last year's survey. Another huge barrier that always returns in these surveys, no matter what department or organization you're in, is budget. Budget is typically a barrier that is holding organizations back from deploying the security tools they need to secure their cloud environments. Also, an interesting outcome of this survey is that 59% of the organizations that we surveyed said that it will be increasing their budget on cloud security in the next 12 months. With regards to their overall IT budget, 27% of the overall IT budget will be focused on cloud security within the next year. So, although those barriers look like barriers in the mind of IT people and IT professionals, they are planning ahead to put the right resources they need to address the security around their cloud environments. When we ask them how well traditional security tools apply to their cloud, 82% says that their traditional security solutions either don't work or have limited functionality in the cloud. This is really driving the need for additional cloud security budget to address their security within their applications. When it came to top concerns, the cloud providers have great tools and constantly add functionality, but it is ultimately the customer who is responsible for the security workloads themselves. This is what we call shared responsibility. So, it's no surprise that the surveyor said that the top security challenge is around data loss and data leakage, and data privacy and confidentiality. Of course, there are a lot of compliance drivers behind that. Asking about the top cloud security threats that are facing public cloud, organizations write misconfiguration as 68%. That is no surprise, as you keep in mind that Gartner says that through 2022, at least 95% of all cloud security failures will be the customer's fault, or otherwise said, misconfigurations. The next up, with 58%, is unauthorized access and insecure interfaces like APIs with 52%. Now, with that knowledge in mind, let's see if everything we really need for cloud might already be taught to us in the kindergarten. Or differently said, let's discuss 5 best practices for cloud security as told by children's bedtime stories. And let's start with the 3 little pigs. Who remembers the fable of the 3 little pigs, where the big bad wolf blows down the first 2 pigs' houses as they were built from straw and sticks, but he is unable to destroy the third pig's house as it was built from bricks. But most of all, what have we learned from it? Any organization who builds their cloud security environment out of straw and sticks is likely to find that the big bad wolf has huffed and puffed their customers' personal identifiable information onto the front page of the Wall Street Journal. It is far better to plan properly, consult with a trusted cloud security advisor in order to benefit from industry best practices, and architect cloud security into the design. But is the brick wall enough to protect you? What about the windows and the chimney? Well, cloud security is much more complex than traditional on-premises security, because instead of one parameter, the network link connecting your company to the internet, you now have multiple parameters, including each cloud computing service, each employee and access role accessing those services, each new data storage, and each different workload or application operating in the cloud. That brings us to best practice number 2. Like the 3 little pigs, you need to ensure that you secure your doors, your windows, as well as your chimney from the big bad wolf. Protect all your parameters in the cloud, not only the network access to your workloads. And what can we learn from Snow White? In this case, we are learning from the villain and not from the hero. The wicked queen sees everything in her mirror on the wall. Some of the other fairy tale creatures have crystal balls. This brings us to visibility. Visibility is particularly important in cloud security because you can secure what you cannot see. And cloud computing can often cause multiple visibility problems. Broad and well-integrated cloud security solutions help you to eliminate cloud blind spots. It looks like your grandma, it sounds like your grandma, but what big teeth does it have? What can we learn from Little Red Riding Hood? Trust no one. Even if the wolf looks like your grandma and sounds like your grandma, it is still the big bad wolf. Adopt zero trust security in everything that you do. For your network, your people, your devices, your data and your workloads. A zero trust policy is key in cloud. And while each cloud provider has its own security services, there are thousands of third-party vendors providing cloud security solutions to complement and enhance those available of the cloud vendors. And what can we learn from the sorcerer's apprentice? Too many brooms spoil the broth. Each additional point solution in your organization has staffing, training, deployment, integration, and maintenance requirements. More point solutions cause an exponential increase in complexity. Therefore, I strongly recommend evaluating cloud security solutions that cover the broadest range of capabilities instead of multiple solutions with narrower functionalities. So, what can Checkpoint do for you in securing your clouds? Let's see how we can take away the cloud barriers and go full speed into this digital transformation without any compromise on security and compliancy. Our CloudGuard platform has 5 pillars to add security in an automated way everywhere. Let's take a look at them. The first one, network security, provides a unified management of cross-environment policies. Threat prevention for north-south and east-west security. DevSecOps and automation with context-aware and tag-based policies. And simple deployment with templates, like CloudFormation or Terraform templates. In addition to a unified console, you will now have a unified policy to manage everything from users to data to gateways. All access points are now controlled in one single place. The same goes for threat prevention policies. We are unique in offering this level of unification, while still providing tremendous control to the security team. The second pillar, posture management, will get and keep your environments compliant with several predefined rule sets like PCI DSS, SOC 2 or ISO. You can easily create your own rules and rule sets by using our building blocks without developer skills needed. Activate temporal protection or even auto-remediate to prevent any cloud misconfiguration, which can lead to huge data leaks like we have seen recently in the Netherlands. CloudGuard AppSec secures your web applications and APIs based on machine learning with an extremely flexible way of deployment. Traditional webs require a lot of maintenance and generate a lot of false positives. And if you experience the same, you should definitely take a look at CloudGuard AppSec and start your trial today to make use of this extremely low administration solution. If you use serverless technologies, our workload protection scans your code for vulnerability or leaked credentials and stops application attacks at the function input. Auto-generated least privilege roles save you a lot of time. To secure your container workloads, we have out-of-the-box support for NIST and CIS benchmarks for Kubernetes and continuously scan images for vulnerabilities and threats. And of course, this can be embedded into your CI/CD pipeline and DevOps tools. And last but not least, there's cloud threat intelligence and response. Traffic and activity is visualized and generates real-time alerts about ongoing incidents. Cloud threat intelligence helps you to easily hunt for threats in your environment and helps you with AI and machine learning to support this process. Thank you for joining me today. I would like to invite you to contact us to talk about your cloud environment. Think about security from the moment you start using cloud. CloudGuard can help you, whether you are just starting your first instances in the cloud or you are heavily using containers and serverless technologies. Together with Orange Cyber Defense, we can prevent your private data from being blown to the big news sites by a big bad wolf. Thank you very much.